Hey, Alpha fam, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, of course, we're going to go over Flux, which had just performed quite admirably. One of the best performers, in fact, during this last run that we had along with Ethereum. And, what I was mentioning is that it would likely take time to cool down, and that we just had to wait until the time was right in order to get back in. And then, of course, I suggested a level to get back in at, and let's just see what that sounded like, shall we? But Flux in this case had lost support. I was mentioning likely to come down in this area. It starts looking pretty interesting in this area for a trade, and that's based upon the log scale. So, guys, what I was doing on the Macro Monday earlier this week on October 10th was giving you a zone there where it would be a likely good buy somewhere between around, just under 65 cents or so. And that's where it would be a great area to pick up Flux. And so, just for truth in advertising, right, some transparency and just making sure that we're keeping it honest over here. Let's go ahead and see how Flux is doing, because my target was around 63, 65 cents, and of course we had just been waiting and waiting and waiting, and people were wondering, well, are you ignoring Flux? Well, no, I wasn't ignoring Flux. Look at this astounding move that we've put in. Boom, guys, just boom, like we've gotten a whopping 40% off of this play. And if you guys had just followed the alpha right strategy over here, you guys would have had that nice juicy 40% in your pocket instead of just on the screen. Of course, this channel is not about calls. This isn't financial advice. I'm just hypothesizing where those juicy areas may be on the chart. I did establish this one for the Alpha Fam, and all of this, of course, is for education and practice. We want to be the best traders that we can be, so that in the next bull run, we just absolutely kill it, Alpha Fam. And I believe that we are developing the strategies and the tools and the know how to be able to do that. And so I really appreciate you sticking with me. Of course, earlier this year, back in September, I did identify this head and shoulders being formed, and of course, I front ran the neckline of the head and shoulders, which you usually don't want to do, because the right shoulder is critically important in that structure. However, it coincided with a broadening descending wedge, and so the combination of the two patterns overlapping did suggest that I could recommend a buy-in area right here, because we also had crossed into support at a dollar 02 approximately. And when we did get the breakout of the broadening descending wedge, then boom, guys, that was our cue to get in and to get that measured move for the head and shoulders and the broadening descending wedge. Both of them, both plays within one. And so, of course, we got the move on the broadening descending wedge about halfway up that move. And then the head and shoulders additionally played out. So there was a couple points to take profit at. And then with this lovely double top up here, of course, I did suggest multiple times, 3 times, in fact, as we had a little bit of a third spike to take your profit, guys. That was a beautiful play of 40%, right? That was another 40% play that we had there. And so, of course, we double bagged it, guys. We not only got that 40%, but we also just killed it and got this 40% right here. And so, overall, Flux has just been paying dividends while the rest of the market has been suffering. Of course, off of that double top, you could have also played the short, and the short had a measured move, which I did point out there, of approximately 35%. If if you took it from the double top. If you took it from the breakdown of our top structure, then it was a solid 20%. So either way, you killed it, Alpha Fam. If you guys are into shorting, we did have the measured move on that rectangular pattern that did take us down to this level where we got hung up and where some people got faked out thinking we were going to turn around. Of course, I was still watching this chop down, recommending to the Alpha Fam, just let it cool down. This thing was overheated. Just let it cool down, guys. And what I noticed is that it started to put in that, that distribution triangle, that distribution wedge there. And while we could have broken out to the top side, which I think a lot of traders were looking for, of course, it did have a measured move down to the box that I outlined here. And of course, this should be on linear chart where we're looking for that catch. But having established our support zone, this teal box down here, right, as lower, I did suggest that we could probably wick down. And then on the log chart, if we zoom out, there was this trend that could be established from way back here, back in July 2021, with this point over here. And so I used the combination, the confluences of those factors to suggest that we could have a deep retracement all the way to the bottom of this bright teal box down here, this buy-in box, which we did be able to capture in order to grab that 40% move. So, guys, proud of your effort if you did stick with me. It was very difficult after this huge run up on Flux to just bite our teeth and not be trading long to the long side, guys. But patience did pay off, and so guys, just boom, right? Just boom, and again, guys, boom and boom. So boom, boom, boom. Lovely job, excellent job. We are going to just kill it in the next bull run because this is just a sample of things to come, guys. And of course, based upon our current price action, what would I say? Well, I did mark out some momentum zones over here for us to consider. And if we are able to get above 90 cents or 88 cents, either of these two up here, you can see the pricings along with it. I would consider that to be extremely bullish, guys, extremely bullish. And then if we are able to hold this level at approximately 82 cents, then I would consider that we are in fact bullish. And then between that is just neutral for me. I do think that we could check back as far as perhaps 76 cents, and I wouldn't be too worried, okay? If we do have a full pullback on Flux as far down as 76 cents, 77 cents to be safe, then I wouldn't be worried. But underneath that, I'm going to start just leaning bearish a bit, and definitely if we lose 73 to 71 and a half cents, somewhere in there, I'm going to strongly lean bearish. And then, of course, if we break under 65 cents, I will consider that we've lost all of our momentum to the upside. And so that would be extremely bearish. So you guys understand what I'm saying, just based upon momentum plays. And also, this incorporates EMAs. So I'm using EMAs and a momentum in both of these. Then, of course, these ones below these levels down here, going to be really bearish, going to be neutral around this 76 cents. Above that, I'm going to be bullish. And then I'm just going to be really bullish above 86 cents. Okay, guys? So there's your there's your key levels to watch for Flux. Of course, those are momentum plays. We've also looked at price action where we are getting above this level nicely. We are above this support level. So flipping this area into support, we could have the possibility for continuation. And if we look at our volatility, you can see that on the 4 hour, we've maxed out on our volatility, so there is likely to be some type of a play to come up. If we go to the daily, you can see we still are expanding, but we're starting to pinch off. So this thing could turn around. We just have to watch out. We might be at the end of our move there. And then, let's just take a look to see if the 2 day is doing anything. Not really notable, in my opinion. We could also look at the 12-hour. Not really notable. Mostly, I'm looking at this 4 hour. It suggests that something's going to happen. Perhaps some consolidation, perhaps, as we drive volatility down for just a while. Okay. And so look for some consolidation. Again, I don't want to break the level below 76 cents. And then again, under that 73 to 70. 1.5 cents underneath that area. I'm going to be pretty bearish on this asset. But guys, above 88 cents, then of course I'm very bullish. Let's see, what can we look at just for the potential for perhaps the 5 day and these longer moves? Yeah, I mean, you can see that we're retesting the bottom of our RSI here. If we do break above that RSI, it's going to be bullish. We do have the chance to be rejected. So just based upon being on the underside of the RSI and just kind of in the middle of this range, neither in the bullish control zone nor the bearish control zone, we don't really know what could happen. There's no like major drive of bullish divergence over here. Perhaps on the daily, not on the daily. Perhaps the 12-hour, not on the 12-hour. How about the 4-hour? Not even on the 4 hours. So this is all just a kind of organic trading over here. I don't see anything particularly, um, in terms any reason why we should just drive for any reason whatsoever. So guys, what's that telling me? This is a good time to take our profit. You guys just got a 40% play off of the old alpha commission over here. So please, guys, take some profit just in case we do lose this area, right? And and that we aren't able to flip it into support. If we do retrace this candle, kind of retest this kind of exposed candle, then we could easily fall back down. And as I mentioned, again, we don't want to lose that critical area of 76 cents and actually really critical area of that, let's just call it 72 cents, these two combined over here. And okay, guys, I think that's basically my outline for Flux. This episode doesn't need to be too long. I went over the history of it. We took a look at both our EMA and momentum levels. We also looked at volatility as well as price action. So there you go. There's Flux. And guys, please take your profits, okay? We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't know what next week will bring. But what I can say, of course, is that this thing is bullishly postured. And as long as we can hold this level, there is the possibility for continuation. If I jump over to the weekly, let's just go ahead and just look at the EMAs in a raw format, just looking at the movement of the lines themselves. You can see that we are getting a little bit of a rejection off of that 4 EMA, and we're not even tagging the 9 EMA. So, we do need to get over that area for me to be a little bit more macro bullish on this. For all we know, this could just end up being a lower high being set in before further dumping later on. So again, that in combination with the RSI not being secured yet, right? It's not over this white line. So my EMAs and my RSI are telling me, guys, just take your profit, right? You got a 40% play, right, off of the good old alpha commission. And so put food on your table. Don't be loyal to these coins. These coins won't be loyal to you. Don't be a perma bull. Don't be a perma bear. Just be a clever little alpha monkey. And guys, you should do all right. Not financial advice, for entertainment and education only. But yeah, guys, boom. Yeah, we nailed it. So that was your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.